Good morning, everyone. It's time for some news. Hot, fresh news, straight from the bakery of news. I'm Jules. This is Peter.
You're far too chipper for this time in the morning. I don't know how you do it.
It's my one
You do have a big mug
grace.
of coffee there.
Yeah.
I don't really like coffee. I should invest in a lot of Red Bull or something, right?
You don't like coffee and you don't like chocolate that much. You got something against cocoa beans?
Yeah, well that's what it is, because I like white chocolate, and that's the only kind of... It's not really chocolate because it doesn't contain any cocoa powder. So it must be cocoa powder that I don't like, I guess.
Well, as upsetting as it is to hear that, I hope it doesn't affect me attitude for the rest of the day,
for God's sake.
because we're talking about the Miiverse.
The Miiverse.
Which I shouldn't be this jolly, actually, because it's actually closing down. That's the news of today. Pretty sad, actually. It's closing down in November, early November, Wednesday, November 8th at 1 AM. Now, while this might not seem like a big deal to people who aren't really that fussed on social sharing and things like that, it does actually have quite a knock-on effect to a few games that are tied directly to the use of the Miiverse.
Oh, yeah, I suppose it would.
For example, Mario Kart 8 uses the Miiverse to post up your gameplay footage, which is weird in itself because why do you need to be connected to it?
You have to do that via the Miiverse?
Yeah, so you have to be connected to the Miiverse in order to get your gameplay footage to upload it to YouTube. So that's going to change a lot for people who are still like really quite invested in that game, and seeing as they've just done it for the Switch and stuff like that, I think that it would still be quite a big deal.
Right.
There's also stuff like Xenoblade Chronicles. They're going to change, it removes the blade system. I've not played it, don't know if that's a big thing. Splatoon, you won't be able to show any of your pictures or anything like that.
Oh no.
That's tied directly to it. What else does lots of... Oh, Mario Maker. You won't be able to leave any comments. Which is kind of like the whole point of getting feedback from it.
But it's like...
integral to the gameplay, isn't it?
That's really weird, though, that... Surely they're going to come up with a replacement, though, right? You can't... Like, some of these games... You know, Mario Maker's a big deal, still.
Yep.
I know it's been out for a while now, but, you know, people still play it loads. And if you can't leave a comment on someone's map... or whatever, I don't know what the technical term is, level.
Yes, level, yeah.
Then, you know, what's the point in it? It's like a...
What's the point in life?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, if we're going to get deep into it...
Yeah, I mean, maybe they should shut down the real universe, right?
I'm tired of me. You're tired of ye.
I'm tired of me. I'm tired of we. I'm just tired.
I know you are.
It's about 9:30 in the morning.
I really appreciate you coming in to do this news piece with me.
That's okay.
But, you know, interesting story. I used to have an ex-girlfriend that used to pronounce it Miiverse. And
even though it's spelt the same as Nintendo Wii.
It didn't last very long.
Did she have a Nintendo Y? Is that what you're telling me?
When I broke up, it was just like, are you breaking up with my...
Oh, for God's sake.
That wasn't true. It was all for a joke. Right. Terrible joke, but I did it to try and perk up my little buddy Peter Austin.
Yeah, you did. You got a smile there.
So I mean, so that's the news. Pretty much, there's not really much more to say in it. They found it in some sort of back-end developer system update files. Some people just were like, "Oh, is this actually happening?" And Nintendo has just suddenly come out and been like, yes.
Oh, is that how the news came out?
Yeah, they didn't actually break it themselves.
It's just in some little patch notes somewhere.
Now they've got ahead of the story and basically are saying, no, we were planning on shutting it down. But it did lead people to be like, well, why weren't you telling us? Because, I mean, November's not exactly that far away.
To the, so, wow.
But that does suggest that maybe they will have something else to, you know, put in its place.
Surely, even if it's just to allow you to, like, share your footage from Mario Kart and, like, write a comment on someone's level, like that, you need something to replace that. You don't necessarily need a whole, because you could, like, walk around and chat to people, right?
Just like leave a little message. I don't need that, I guess. But it's just, if you're losing out features that make the game, I wouldn't say they make the game better, but in terms of Mario Maker, for example, they're quite integral to it, then it would be a real shame to lose that. So I hope that they do patch something in to allow you to continue to actually play the game as it was meant to be played. But if they don't, let's just say Nintendo have done stuff like this before.
They have.
Not pointing fingers, but they are... They don't make the best social media-esque decisions every now and again.
Nintendo are a strange bunch.
They are really odd.
Yeah, they're very difficult to predict.
I know. Maybe they've taken out the Miiverse thing so that people can't complain about Mario versus Rabbids.
Yeah.
Which apparently is really good. But I'm not slagging off that game. I'm just saying that I don't like Rabbids.
But you could complain about it on Twitter though, right? rather than you don't need to do it via Miiverse.
That's very true. But
No.
I mean, when have you ever known anyone to not want to complain on as many platforms as possible?
I thought you were going to say, when have you known anyone to complain on Twitter? And I was like, God, are you all right?
My Twitter feed is actually really positive.
My personal feed's, you know, pretty nice place to be. But
in fact, I think I'm probably the worst thing on other people's feed.
Yeah, I mean, you're the worst thing on mine. But
Spurious.
yeah, really, really horrible stuff to look at.
Follow us that Peter Austin and at RetroJ for all the top quality content going into Dr. Statham from Green Wing now.
That's RetroJ with a 0 because
very
there's
much.
a guy who's spelt RetroJ and I don't think he even uses it, right?
No. Waste. Anyway, Miiverse is shutting down. Sad times. I'll play a MIDI of some Funeral March.
Yeah. Do you remember on
Now,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Let's stand, and I'll put like a PNG image of what the Miiverse represents here,
Okay.
and we'll stand.
We're gonna get sliced off the top.
That's fine. Doesn't
There we
matter.
go.
My coffee cup will represent where I should place it. Future Jules.
So give it your love.
Yeah. Give it your love. Gosh, this was drawn out, wasn't it? Anyway, that's been the news. We'll see you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.